Hey guys, today is December the 8th, and I am going to just do a short video. I had a request about nutrition and talk about that's actually a really good subject to do right now since my wife and I are both like in limbo, trying to get back to things. Um, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be using this laptop camera because it doesn't seem like it has good quality pictures. But anyway, so I've got a man anniversary coming up on the 13th of this month, and it's 6 years. I don't know if I will be available to do a man anniversary video at that time. I may have to do it later. But so real quick, I'm just going to go into a little bit of my current status as far as changes. Uh, as you can see, my hair is getting thicker again. Uh, I was taking a new allergy pill called Melaleucas, I think it's called, and I had been on that for like almost a year, I think it was, and I really started losing a lot of hair. Now the thing is, for me, and the reason why I was concerned is because most of my family members don't have an issue with baldness. Sure, they get thinning as they get older. I mean, my brother-in-law uh, is a hairy guy, but his head hair is thinning out, and he's just a couple years younger than I am. My nephews and my brother, you can't tell on him if it's thinned out because he didn't have real thick hair. And I haven't seen any of my nephew's hair a baldish except for my youngest nephew, who is he's the one who looks a lot like me. And so I don't think it's really true that it comes from the mother side because he is my biological nephew on my side. His mom was my sister, so um, there isn't anything on my mom's side of balding. So I don't know, but anyway, so I participated my third year on No Shave November, and I'm trimmed up now. So you know how you always have one side that's better than the other? Well, let me see. I think this side is the side that, yeah, this side is the better side. It looks thicker. But it's this side, and my hair wants to go this way. And I showed that in earlier videos on my chin strap here, how the hair went that way. I do a lot of combing. I just use a regular comb and comb my beard straight down. But I think it looks better this year than it did last year. And I, of course, cleaned it up on the neck. It goes clear down here. And my beard hair, when it gets to a certain length, wants to curl. Yeah. And it just amazes me. That's one thing. Excuse me. I only do this when I do videos. That's one thing that amazes me that I never expected out of transition was two things. One was not being able to tolerate spicy food any longer. And the other one was for my hair to go from straight to, if it gets long enough, curl. And Tony gave me this haircut about a week ago, and she kept complaining that when she tried to do the sides here over my ears, that the hair kept curling around her fingers. And she goes, I just can't believe the curl. And so that really has amazed me. And it's just happened recently because I always shaved my head on the sides, and then they tapered it up to the top. And so this is the first time in many years, actually, that I've had my hair grow out on, on the sides and in the back. I did develop one of those rolls on the back of my head that I never could figure out when I was working why these guys, because they all shave their heads. Oh, um, have all these fat rolls on the back of their head, but I have read about it that it's actually just very normal in some people. I don't remember the specifics on it, but I quit worrying about it after I read it. So anyway, so everything's doing okay. Tony and I are still uh, basically Tony still getting through, getting healthy. She broke her foot, as you know. She's out of the walking boot now. Uh, we did start to exercise again, and her foot started hurting again, so it scared her. So she quit. She backed off. And then I've just been really busy this past week. I've been trying to get myself emotionally over some humps. I have cut out the flour again for sure. I mean, not. I never went back to the flour, but I was consuming every once in a while foods, bread or something like that with the flour. Uh, I did find some paleo flour that I am going to try and see if I like that, for one, and two, to see if it gives me any headaches. Tony and I hosted this last Monday Night Football, and we made a homemade meal, stir fry with homemade salsa, rice and beans, and Tony made homemade flour tortillas. And last time she made them, I didn't eat them, and I'm pretty good at that. But this time, oh my gosh, I am just really so sorry. I don't understand why I do this. Only when I'm talking. I mean, doing the video. I don't know. Maybe I'm overworking my brain. But anyway, I'm pretty good at not needing to eat any of them. But I did have two Monday night, and within 20 minutes, I started getting a headache. And I was just like, I'm over this. I'm done. It is what it is. And not only that, it's going to help have healthier gut health. So I've cut it out again. But when I saw the paleo, it's made from barley and some other grains. And paleo, from what I've read, I haven't really researched it. I plan on it because some of their, all of the desserts I've seen are right up the alley in which I like to eat. I did cut out the simple sugars again. I had backslidden in the last year, as I've said in the past, eating gelato and just eating sweets, period. Grabbing a big hunk. One of my favorite things to eat is big hunks and payday. So I have cut out the simple sugars again. So flour and simple sugars are a start. I'm implementing my salads again. I really do enjoy my salads because what I do is I drink a protein shake and I add frozen banana and frozen blueberries. And then I have, of course, the protein powder and chia seeds. I add protein flour, I mean, protein, hemp protein if I have it. I also will add flaxseed if I have it. The protein powder in which I'm using now is a plant-based. It's the kind Tony's been using. It does affect me a little bit different than Tony. I do really like, I have a little thing here. I really do like this product. It's BioTrust, and they make cookies and everything, but it is based on dairy protein, and so a lot of people can't tolerate dairy protein. I, for myself, don't have a problem with dairy protein. Tony does. She bloats up and has gas and stuff with that, and I don't have that issue. So, but I do limit only to the protein powder, and once in a while I'll have cheese. And the kind of cheeses I buy are feta cheese and blue cheese. But going back to my salads, so I'll have a protein shake in the morning. It usually is a kicker, so I can take my pills. I take a D3 supplement and a Corial calcium supplement, and then I have two meds that I take a day. Is my thyroid hormone, and I take an Indrol, real light, 20 milligrams in the morning, 20 milligrams at night, and that was issued to me for my headaches, not blood pressure or anything. And I do notice when I don't take them that I will get a headache after a few days. So my salad is one of the main things I eat during the day as far as filling my body with nutrition. Now, what I do is I'm not a big, we don't use iceberg lettuce, period. It doesn't have any value, and but we buy romaine lettuce. But I am a big purple cabbage person, and so I will buy a purple cabbage, or I will buy a pack of purple cabbage already shredded, and I that is my base. Every once in a while, I'll add some Roman lettuce to it if I'm in the mood. I do not cheat myself from the dressing that I like, and I like Bob's Big Boy. Yeah, Bob's Big Boy blue cheese dressing, and Roford. It doesn't matter, but I usually buy the blue cheese. What I do now is fill my salad with seeds. I use raw seeds and raw pumpkin seeds, or raw sunflower seeds and raw pumpkin seeds. And I also will add some almonds once in a while, raw almonds, um, if I feel that I haven't um, had enough protein in the day. But my big thing is I put frozen blueberries on it, and recently we've had some pomegranates, and I've seeded those, so I put pomegranate seeds in them too, and it really just I enjoy it because I love the flavor. I buy organic blueberries, and I can tell the difference between those blueberries and like a bag of Walmart. I did that one time grabbing something because we were out, and there was no taste to them, and I was just like, really, you know. So I do not um, cheat myself from good flavored blueberries. So I will buy the organic blueberries. I put Bob's blue cheese dressing, and I'm not skimpy about it. I want to enjoy my salad, and I will put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in it, and I just enjoy it that way. Now, in my mind, I know I've ate nutritional food for me. Dinner for us is usually something we do not eat processed foods. The closest we come actually to a processed food is I will buy an organic um, tomato sauce, the Italian kind with basil and garlic or something, and I don't use all of the can. I'll use half, and then there's other times where I'll make my own out of tomatoes and garlic and all that stuff. It just depends on my timing, so I always keep a jar of the organic stuff in my fridge just in case I don't have time to make my own spaghetti sauce. Uh, Now, one thing about tomatoes are healthy for you, of course, but they have to be cooked to be healthy. The reason why is the pectin in the tomatoes, the skin. It needs to be opened up, and by cooking it lightly, you're opening it up. So what I like to do is like when we have chili verde, so we make that homemade with pork shoulder, and I will cut up all the stuff, all the sauce. It's basically what I'm making is a salsa. I do it in the blender, and I don't over blend it. I just kind of pulse it to where everything's blended, and we wait till the very last minute to put that in the meat, and we bring it down a little bit and let it simmer in the meat. The reason why is because you're still heating up the tomatoes, and yet you're not overcooking the vegetables to where their nutritional value is being depleted. So that's kind of what we do. I will barbecue our meats. We are carnivores, so I don't have a problem eating meats. But the issue I do have with meats is a lot of times I cannot eat meat heated up the next day. Especially chicken. I just can't handle it. Once in a while I can handle it cold, so I'll put it on a salad or something if we have leftover chicken. Steak, any kind of beef, I don't heat up. I just eat it cold. Um, and we'll cut up some meat left over and put it in a big salad the next day. So that's kind of what we do. As far as meals, we eat a lot of yams. We do not eat potatoes. We don't eat a lot of rice. I love wild rice, but we eat that maybe once or twice a year. Um, but mainly we eat couscous and quinoa, I think is how you say it right. Quinoa, whatever it's called. When we're having a meal that would go good with, that's what we eat. We do a lot of beans. I make macoba, I think they're called beans from Peru, and black beans are our biggest bean. We hardly ever do pinto beans anymore. We just like the black beans. Um, so we do some soups during the summer or during the winter. I'll do a big vegetable soup with maybe some chicken in it or, maybe some roast meat. Sometimes we just do vegetable. But our snacks are, now that's where the problem comes in for me because I'm home a lot more and it's not like I can come home and be busy. Excuse me. When I come home, I'm usually done on my feet. I am medically retired. I do have a disability, and I have to get my feet up off the ground and just let them calm down. So snacking for me is that's something I like to do. Oh, that's what I realize that I do that a lot of people don't do because they're busy. So I have to I have to grab for healthy snacks. And some of the things that I snack on are raw almonds or raw cashews. Um, I do buy at Winco, if you have one, in the bulk foods. Now, I don't buy anything in the tubs that kids can reach into, but the ones that are up on top that has a handle and that comes down into a bag, I have found a carob chip, semi cocoa chip, sweet cocoa chip, that is based out of coconut oil, some cane sugar, but it doesn't have hydrogenated oils. It doesn't have any soybean oil, etc., etc. And I will buy those and put those in the freezer, and I will grab a few of those if I'm craving something sweet and put them with my nuts, and I'll have that. So basically, and as far as juicing, there was a time where we were juicing and we kind of backslidden as I was doing all that medical stuff for my stepdad. And I have juiced since recently in the last few weeks. When I juice, what I like to juice is a beet juice and a green juice. Now, you can juice any combination you really want. Sometimes I'll even combine them if we're short on time so that we at least get our greens and our beet juice. Now, the reason why I really, really do sell beet juice is because it is a blood cleanser. And I want you to understand that beets don't have to be juiced to be healthy. You can cook beets and they do not lose any nutritional value. So you can steam them, cook them. I like to steam them and then leftovers, cut them up and put them in my salad. When I go out to eat, I will pick a place that offers beets and put it into my salad. So the beet juice that I have made is, of course, remember this is going to include a pitcher of juice will fill up 2 of our small mason jars, and that's for Tony and I. So I use 3 beets, cucumber, an inch of ginger root, 2 thumbs of turmeric root. I do about a half a lemon, and I do half a bunch of cilantro, and I do a half a bunch of parsley. I do 2 apples, and let me think. I might do 2 cucumbers. It depends on how it fills up, because sometimes you have bigger apples, or sometimes something's more juicier. But I fill a pitcher, and those are my bases. The lemon is always good for the purification of your body. It helps your palate, it helps you with sweet cravings. The cucumber is a hydrator, of course. The beets is a blood cleanser. Cilantro is a blood cleanser, along with parsley is a cleanser. I enjoy cilantro in my juices, so we put them in everything. So that's the base root that I do for a beet juice. Real quick, the green juice, I do kale, or I'll do spinach, or I might do both. I do cucumbers, apples, lemon, ginger, turmeric, um, I think I said cilantro and parsley. And that's the difference in that is just basically the main things that you do. Anything green, even if you got leftover romaine lettuce, throw it in there. You got to use up stuff in your refrigerator, throw it in. I put squash in my juices, zucchini, yellow squash, anything that we haven't. Oh, and I also put a green pepper, and I also will do half of a jalapeno if we have one that needs to get to be used. So you could do whatever you want. And I'm sorry this video is long, but I'm just talking about what guys want me to talk about is nutrition. I am getting back into that, so we will start seeing some differences in me. My weight usually is from sugar and the snacking that I do and the things that I go through. I turn to sugar. So I'm back on track. We'll see how it goes. I hope this was informational. If I can, I'll do one in the middle of December towards my 6th-year anniversary. And I hope this helps you guys to kind of maybe change a little. The main thing is add food. Don't ever restrict yourself, except for when you know things aren't healthy, like mine is flour and simple sugars. I use coconut palm sugar and I use stevia, a combination of those. Stevia alone is too chemical bound for me, but coconut palm sugar with that is really good. And I will use raw 100% maple, and I do use honey, raw honey. So anyway, you guys take care of yourselves, take it one day at a time, and always make your journey as simple as possible. And we will talk to you later. Bye.